Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? I hope you can. Good afternoon. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. I'm going to pull this up on my phone so I can try to answer questions. My phone is on 8%, y'all. So hopefully this is not going to impact the battery any. Possibly. Sounds good. My manager said it sounds good. Sweet. If you're here, let me know what's going on. Say hello, and let me know where you're tuning in from, what neighborhood you're tuning in from on this fine Wednesday. In case you didn't read the title, we are monitoring strong to severe storms, potentially as we get into Thursday. Today is pretty fine. You can see here on our satellite and radar. Well, this is just a radar, no satellite. There are a few storms fired up, really just showers fired up in our interior counties, and they're now pushing towards the eastern coast, so they have a better chance of seeing more robust storms today. For us, though, we kind of stay dry and we still stay in that warm, muggy, and breezy pattern today, and that's also going to lead us into tomorrow ahead of the storms. Hey, everyone. Hi, Gail. Hi, Tina from Palm Harbor. Vicky from Citrus. How's it going? Joseph from Crescent Oaks and Tarpon Springs. Riverview is in the house. Sarah, how's it going? Hi, Cindy from Brooksville. Hi from Coral Springs. William. Angel, hi. Debbie from Texas. Hey, Debbie from Texas. Peg from Marion County. Is it lightning and thunder? Yeah. A few more storms on that end. Karen, hi. Kat, hi. Leela, hi from Plant City. Okay, hi everyone. I'm so glad you all are joining us today. It's going to be a nice little chat. You know, we have a good bit of time to sit here and talk so we can really get into the details here of what's ahead over the next couple of days. And we're going to talk about the weekend too. You know, the storms usually brings in some better weather, some nicer weather, and we'll talk about that, all the positives here. Let's start out with the radar dome, and what you can expect today. Once again, not really a lot. Those storms are pushing towards the eastern coast. Our entire viewing area at this point is pretty dry. There's one light shower in Highlands County. Hi, Francis from Bradenton. Jennifer from Largo. All right, so this is the bigger picture here. You see the satellite and radar showing two areas of low pressure, upper level lows, pushing across the United States. The one that you're really seeing the more powerful looking one spinning right on top of Wisconsin. That's going to push that cold front into the state as we get into Thursday. So, you know, the southeast, they dealt with significant severe weather yesterday. There's still a chance for that as we get into the rest of this evening and heading into the start of Thursday. And let's get into the SPC outlook here. There we go. The enhanced risk, that level 3 risk, is in effect for parts of Alabama, parts of Georgia, Tennessee, parts of the Carolinas. So if you have any friends or family that are in those areas, make sure that they have a way to get alerts throughout the night in case a few storms do become severe. So another round for them, unfortunately. Yesterday, we counted about 86 tornado warnings, which is just ridiculous. That was in effect ranging from Louisiana, I believe, all the way into the Carolinas. And this next cold front moving through here, that's really going to affect the southeast later on tonight. But then our chances for severe weather really do elevate as we get into Thursday. And the timing for this is mainly in the morning, kind of late-ish morning, and then lasting through your afternoon. And then we'll see some clearing a little later on. Now, our threats, main ones, will be damaging winds and an isolated tornado or a water spout. We know with those storms moving across the Gulf of Mexico, once they get a little closer to the water, to the coast rather, they interact with that friction and we can get a little bit of spin in the atmosphere. Some of those rotating winds could make their way to the surface, and that's why we can have water spouts and then eventually tornadoes that move on shore. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but in many cases we see it often, and our water spouts tend to be kind of on the weaker end. They lose a little bit of steam and then they go away, they dissipate pretty quickly. But we have seen some water spouts that have really held on and made its way all the way into Polk County. Hopefully we don't have that situation play out tomorrow, but we have to be aware. Hail is also a potential as well. And if you were with us over the last couple of days and you've seen some of those hail videos coming out of Highlands County, those golf ball size, it was just crazy hail that passed through there the other day. We're not really expecting that type of hail, but small hail is possible as we get into tomorrow. And a flooding threat, very low, not really expecting a lot of flooding as we get into a Thursday, but some of these storms can produce really heavy rain in a short period of time, and we have a lot of low-lying areas. Those roads could really flood up pretty quickly, so not a huge flooding threat, but if you're driving through any of these storms, you could run into some really heavy pockets of rain. So just keep that in mind if you have any plans for tomorrow. Unfortunately, they do roll throughout a time where a lot of us are going to be out, possibly heading to lunch, taking the kids to activities, to school, taking yourself to work. Just be aware on your commute through the day tomorrow and through the afternoon. So let's talk about the timing here. This is kind of a slower moving front. That upper level energy is going to push this front through, but it's not going to be one of those fronts that whip through quickly. Within a couple of hours, it's out of here. The storms will continue to roll through the morning, 8 to 12 for the tippy top of the Nature Coast, Citrus in Hernando County. I forgot who said it's from Citrus County, but in the morning, some of those storms could wake you up. Through May morning, around 9 to 2 p.m., even lasting into your early afternoon, showers and a few storms will continue to push into the immediate Tampa Bay area and also northern Polk County. And this line continues to shift south slowly, and so our inland locations in our southern counties like Sarasota, Highlands, Hardy, DeSoto will get in on some of the stronger storms as we get into the afternoon and through the early part of the evening. There could be some lingering showers behind that initial line, but will really start to clear out by the evening. Still some clouds lingering around as well, but the severe threat will be done by then. I'm going to answer a few questions. Let's see. Oh, Steve, I'm happy that you can read this with closed captioning. Kathy asked, what does it look like for a Disney day tomorrow? Great question. A lot of people are coming into town or just want to go to Disney. Why wouldn't you? Disney tomorrow is not going to be the best day, especially within that 9 to 2 o'clock time frame, because that orange that you see, that pretty much includes the city of Orlando and the Kissimmee Disney area. So if you're heading to Disney, just be very weather aware. Make sure that you have your rain gear, have your ponchos in case one of those heavy downpours does move through the day. If you could hold out your Disney plans until Friday, that will really be the best bet. But if you have to go tomorrow, if that's the plan, just be prepared for the weather to get dicey, especially later on in the morning and through your early afternoon. Let's see. Flying in at 9 p.m. on Thursday. Weather, Susan, it should be fine for you on your flight, and hopefully safe travels. I know there's been a lot of delays and cancellations, but by Thursday evening, still a bit breezy. That cold front moving through will keep the winds on the stronger end, and they've been really breezy over the last couple of days, but they've been coming out of the south, and that's that warmer, moisture wind for us. So that's why it's been feeling really humid and kind of stickier outside, more like a summer day. Those winds start to shift out of the northwest. They will still be kind of on the higher side. So that's really the only threat for around 9 p.m. The severe threat will be out of here by then. So you'll be landing to pretty decent conditions. It's going to feel a little different in the atmosphere. It's not going to feel, or in the air rather, it's not going to feel as muggy as it's felt over the last couple of days, because we'll be in that transition period later that night into the start of Friday. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the Futurecast. Here's what the radar could look like as we head into our Thursday and into Friday. I think this goes into Friday, but Friday's not as important as Thursday. So you can see 7 o'clock in the morning, and a lot of our models here, especially our short range models, are kind of fighting with the intensity. They're kind of fighting with the timing here. So this particular model is what we call the graph. It's showing a few showers rolling in around 7 o'clock. So most of the area looks like at 7 o'clock should be fine. So if you're going to be taking the kids to the bus stop or taking yourself to work, where we need to go. Keep the umbrella close to you, but it still looks like most of the area will be dry at 7. But some of those showers will start to fill into the Nature Coast as we get into late morning, 8 to 9 o'clock, all the way into closer to midday, 11 o'clock. You can see those greens there moving on shore. Now, some of these storms could be stronger, but this particular model is really pulling back in the intensity of it. And tomorrow we are in a slight level 2 risk for severe weather, so we could see numerous strong to severe storms. But the way this model is kind of showing us here is that these storms may not be packing as much of a punch as they really could. So just keep that in mind. This doesn't look as intense, but once again, as we get into tomorrow, that could easily change. What we see on the radar could very well differ than what we see here on a model. It's just a computer model here. It's kind of showing the flavor of the atmosphere, all right? So this is 11 o'clock. Rain does move on shore, mainly at the coast. Our inland locations still cloudy but still dry at that time. Getting into 1:30, that's when we're going to start seeing a little more of those intense storms. That's feeding off of that daytime heating, and of course that's that instability that these storms are looking for in order to intensify a little bit more. So you see more pops of reds or the oranges there. That does indicate the heavier rain moving through, but also there could be a thunderstorm very well moving through the area. It still looks like a lot of the rain is lingering and north of I-4 at that time. This is 1:30, and we will continue to see storms push in, making their ways to the south and to the east through the rest of the day. This is 8 o'clock. You can see we're pretty much dry at this time. So once again, if you're flying in, I really don't think you have much to worry about on arriving here, except those winds could be a little gusty upon your arrival. But the rain will be out of here by then. All right. So just keeping an eye on the radar tomorrow for strong storms potentially. But then by your evening, it's good. And then by your Friday, really nice. And even your weekend ahead looks really nice as well. These are the wind speeds I want to show you all. They stay pretty high as we get throughout the rest of your Thursday. And this is Thursday at 4 p.m. Still kind of whipping up. You can see at the coast there, sustained at 20 miles per hour, gust up to 30. So definitely not the best beach day, even as the rain moves through. It's going to be clearer, but it's not going to really be super calm on the wind side. You can see that wind shift there. You see how they're kind of changing. Winds more so out of the south in our southern counties. And then you look ahead at the Nature Coast, winds are now moving in from the northwest. That kind of indicates where that cold front is going to be sitting. So around 4 o'clock, it's really going to be moving through at that time. You see that change in wind direction. And then as we get into the rest of the day, the winds are all now shifting out of the northwest. And the cold front will be well south of us by then. This is Friday, 2 p.m. You can see the winds are still kind of high. So still a breezy day on Friday with winds sustained at around 20 miles per hour. So a bit breezy out there, but definitely not as dicey. It's going to be a pretty nice day as we head into our Friday. And temperature-wise, my goodness, if you're not feeling these 80s, all right, just wait until the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're back in the 70s. And that northwesterly wind is driving in that much drier air as well. So the dew points will be taking a big dip. That's the best part to me. I don't know about y'all. Check out the dew points today, or tomorrow actually, 71. And if you're familiar with these dew point temperatures, dew points is really just measuring that surface moisture. So you really feel that stickiness, that oppressive humidity. If you step outside today, that humidity just kind of smacks you in the face. As we get into Friday and Saturday, that's not going to be the case at all. It's going to feel way more refreshing as we wake up and step outside the door each day this weekend with dew points in the 40s, 30s, and 50s. That's very, very comfortable air. So as we get throughout the weekend, also heading into next week, it's going to feel pretty good. All right. So we just have to get through some dicey weather. There's just a few storms as we get into tomorrow. And then we have great weather to enjoy as we make our way into the weekend. Also into next week, you think 70s are, I like my 80s. We're back to the 80s by Monday and Tuesday. Those dew points are still going to be on the lower end as well. So it's not going to be as oppressively humid as these last couple of days have been. All right, let me look at these messages. Avi, I hope I said that right. I said it's pretty calm here, but it's maybe too hot for northern folks. I know. Yeah, upper 80s and dew points in the upper 60s and 70s. It's definitely feeling a little bit more like a May, June for us. Even for people who's very used to Florida weather, it's like this is not April weather. What happened to our spring? But we'll get a piece of that as we get into this weekend. Fitz says, nice weather here on the island. What island are you at? Fitzgerald. I want to go. Invite me. You know, yeah, so really not bad at all. I'm going to actually go all the way back to our SPC outlook. For some people that may just be joining in, and look, let's just be completely real here. We have been in situations where we are in a level 2 slight risk and we haven't seen anything. All right. So sometimes these risks, we get a few storms, but some of them are not as strong as what is, you know, being dictated by the Storm Prediction Center. And sometimes we are not in a risk. So sometimes we're not, you know, even in a level 1, and we still get strong storms. So it's always good. I think someone said it's always good to look at the forecast, because it is. It's always good to keep your eye on the radar if you have any outdoor plans living in Florida, because the weather can turn, you know, very quickly here, even if we are in a severe weather risk or we're not. And tomorrow is a level 2. We can get a couple of strong storms when we get in here. Some could turn severe, but this is not really looking like a severe weather outbreak tomorrow, especially with that one model I was showing you, that one computer model where it was just pulling back significantly on the intensity and just showing maybe a couple of isolated strong to severe storms. That's really expected tomorrow. But with this front moving through pretty slowly, we'll kind of see waves of rain through the morning, so it's really not the best day to get outside. Mainly your evening will look a lot quieter than your morning. So if you have any outdoor plans, and if you want to wait until the sun sets, then, you know, why not go ahead and wait.
The White House press briefing has been pushed back a half hour to 3 p.m. Eastern. That will still take place on CBS News Path 1.
Our news path gal over here giving us information. But just once again, keep your eye on the radar if you have any plans. Molly, also the boat show in Tampa. Great weekend to pick blueberries and strawberries. Oh, and the Sun and Fun air show will be great this weekend. Record numbers of people will be here, though. Oh, yeah, good mentioning that. You know, I love this time of year, and thanks for pointing that out, Molly. We have so many events. A lot of the time, they always miss me. I always forget about them. Was it 2 weekends ago where it was just gorgeous, and we had the air show at MacDill, and all these different events, just ridiculous. This is going to be one of those weekends where we have a lot of stuff going on, and there's just fantastic chef's kiss weather to enjoy once we get through the gloomy weather for tomorrow. Avi said, I love my 80s too. Oh, I'm so happy I pronounced your name right. Montrese says, I live in Virginia and I'm just here for the info. Okay. Love that. All right. And Thelma said, Pasco County in the house. I love to hear that. Well, Avi said he's back to the PS4 and Destiny Witch. Peace out to you, Avi. I think I'm going to wrap it up a little bit here, too. Yes, and Molly, thank you again so much for pointing that out. So many events going on this weekend. Please try to get outside if you really can, because you're not going to want to miss this gorgeous weather. If you have anybody coming into town, know any friends, hype them up and tell them this weekend is going to be awesome. Plan some beach days, some boating days. It should be really, really great. And I will leave you all to your Wednesday afternoon activities. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll be here more often. I'm gonna try to do this every day, even on like sunny days. I just want to sit here and chat with you guys, know what's going on, you know, chit chat, have a little conversation. Once again, if you have any more questions, just let me know. My Facebook should be linked. I'm not sure if it is, but you can always send me questions on there. I'm pretty quick to respond. I'm also on Twitter with the same little, the @ there, AutumnWTSP. You can follow me, and then I will answer any questions that you have, any hyper-local questions, especially as we get into tomorrow where the weather starts to turn a bit. And if you really want to know what's going on in your area, we can give you an answer pretty quickly, especially if you hit me up on Twitter. I'm quicker to respond on Twitter than Facebook. And that's about it from me. All right, guys, I will see you soon. Have a great Wednesday. Be nice. Have a good one. Bye.